Welcome to Project Cubicle. Today, we're diving into the situational leadership style, a powerful approach that helps leaders adapt to the needs of their team in real time. We'll break it down, step by step, and by the end, you'll know whether you might already be a situational leader. If you're new here, welcome to the Project Cubicle community. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for trusting us on your journey to personal and professional growth. Let's get into it. What is situational leadership? You might have heard this question before. What's your leadership style? Many leaders respond, well, it depends on the situation. And that's exactly what situational leadership is all about. Developed by Paul Hersey and Ken Blanchard, the model teaches leaders to adjust their approach based on the people they're leading, particularly their level of readiness for a task. This involves two key variables: skill, also called competence; will, also called motivation or confidence; respect over authority. Before we move forward, let's pause for something important. Most textbooks refer to employees as followers. But we believe that mindset can actually be harmful. Your team members aren't followers, they're people. They are capable, diverse, unique individuals who deserve your trust and respect. When you empower them to use their voice and make choices, they grow, and so does your team. Leadership is not about controlling people. It's about empathy and inspiring others to lead themselves. The two axes of situational leadership. Think of it like a graph with two axes. Task, directive behavior equals how much guidance you provide. Supportive relationship behavior equals how much encouragement or support you provide. Depending on a team member's skill and will, you shift between four distinct leadership styles. Let's go through them. 1. Telling, high task, low support. Use this when a team member has low skill and low motivation or confidence. You provide clear, direct instructions and tightly monitor their progress. This style works best when someone is new or unsure and needs structure and direction to succeed. Caution: don't mistake a lack of skill for laziness. Many leaders make this mistake and assume someone isn't motivated when they simply haven't been trained. 2. Selling, high task, high support. Here, your team member still lacks skill, but they're motivated or willing to learn. You guide them with step-by-step instructions but also coach, encourage, and explain the why. They're asking questions, and you're there to answer. Example: a new employee eager to contribute, but still learning the ropes. Your job: equip them with tools and confidence. 3. Participating, low task, high support. Now the team member has the skills, but lacks confidence or motivation. This is where you collaborate with them, involve them in decision-making, build trust, and give them a voice. Instead of directing, you're now listening, encouraging, and nurturing their self-belief. Pro tip: give them small wins. Let them succeed in short bursts to build momentum and confidence. 4. Delegating, low task, low support. This is where every leader wants to be. Your team member is skilled, confident, and motivated. You don't need to micromanage or coach, you simply trust them to do the job. Give them the big picture, and step aside. Warning: don't fall into the trap of micromanaging skilled people. Over-involvement can feel like distrust. Quick review. Situational leadership is about reading the situation, knowing your team's skill and will, adjusting your leadership style to fit their needs. Ask yourself, do they need guidance? Do they need support? Or do they just need freedom? Common leadership mistakes. Let's highlight two major mistakes leaders make. Misreading skill gaps as laziness. Don't assume someone isn't motivated. They may just not know how to do it yet. Overusing your dominant style. If you treat everyone the same, you're missing opportunities to grow them individually. Leadership is not one size fits all. Final thought: are you a situational leader? If you adapt your leadership style to fit the person and the moment, you're a situational leader. If you're stuck in one style for everyone, it may be time to reevaluate. So what about you? Do you think you're a situational leader? Which style do you use most often, and why? Let us know in the comments below. And if you got value from this video, give it a like, subscribe to Project Cubicle, and tap the bell icon for more content on leadership, communication, and career growth. Your voice matters. Your leadership matters. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.